Two ways to perform color correction in DaVinci Resolve using a color card. The first method I'm going to show you is a bit more manual but gives you more control, and the second method is fully automatic but gives you a bit less control. Switch over to the color page and then use the playhead, and what you want to do is you want to find a frame where the color checker card is clearly visible. You can use your mouse wheel to zoom in to help you with this. You want to find a frame where the color chits are clearly visible and in flat lighting and there's no reflections on them. Once you've found a frame, you can hit Z to zoom out. The next thing you're going to want to do is change your scopes down here and make sure you've selected vector scope. This is going to allow us to monitor the colors. Click the settings here to open up the settings for the vector scope. You can increase this vector scope brightness to make it easier to see what's happening in a minute. And you can also click this button to show a 2x zoom. It just makes everything a bit easier to see. Next, make sure you're in the curve section here, and then you want to make sure you've chosen the hue versus hue curves. Come down to the bottom and click on each of these buttons here. These will create control points for all of the major colors. Each of these points we've just created correspond to these chits down the left hand side of the color checker card. So we can move all of these points up and down to make sure each of these cards is the correctly balanced color. How do we know where to move these? If I just click this button to maximize the vector scope, each of these little boxes around the edge of this vector scope correspond to one of these chits. G is for green, C is for cyan, B is for blue, M is for magenta, R is for red, and Y is for yellow. You can see these little dots standing out here represent these individual squares. So what we want to do is we want to make sure each of these dots is correctly lining up to the correct color on the vector scope. If you can't quite see where these dots are, there's a little hack that you can use. Come over to the sizing tab here and you can alter this zoom parameter and zoom right into the card. You can come over to output sizing and change this blanking. Now on the vector scope here, it's a bit easier to see each of these dots. We're going to come back to our curves, and now we're going to modify these control points. Let's start off with red here. You can see this is slightly tending towards yellow. So we're going to click the red point here. Make sure not to accidentally move it left or right or up or down. And then just hold down your mouse button on the hue rotate value here. If we increase the hue rotate value, it moves that red point to the left. And if we decrease the hue rotate, it points it more towards yellow. So just move your mouse left and right until that dot is lining up with the red marker. You can see the yellow value here is slightly off. Single click on the yellow control point. Once again, use your mouse to rotate that so it lines up. Green is quite a bit off, so we'll click on the green control point and we'll try and line that up. Another little tip here is you can increase this saturation just so it makes it easier to line things up and visualize what's happening. Cyan looks pretty good already, but you can see blue is a bit off. We'll just modify the saturation, click on the blue control point and then adjust blue. You can see that magenta is quite off here. Click on magenta, modify that. Just going to reset the saturation. The next thing to notice is that all of these color dots are different distances away from the center here. That means they've got different levels of saturation. Come back to your curves section and this time click on hue versus saturation. Click on all of these colors at the bottom to create the proper control points. And now we can adjust the saturation of each of these things. First of all, click on the red control point and adjust the saturation. Let's do yellow next, then green, then cyan, blue, and finally magenta. We'll just minimize the vector scope. We'll head back to the sizing tab. And I'm just going to click this button to remove all of the sizing and all of the blanking to get our full image again. This is the before and this is the after. Have a look at that full screen. This is the after. This is the before, this is the after, this is the before. Using this method, we've controlled the saturation and also the hue of the colors, but we haven't been concerning ourselves with the exposure of the image. What I'm going to do is come up to the color menu here. I'm going to come down to grade version and choose add version, just so we can compare the two versions. I'm going to reset all of this grade. The second version is more automatic. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click on this color match tab. The first thing you need to do is choose what kind of color card you're using. In this example, it's the color checker passport video. I'll put a link to this card in the video description if you want to get yourself one. Come over to the overlays here and choose color chart and we get this box. We need to line up this box with the color chart. You can see it's actually rotated at the minute, so we'll take these points and rotate them down. and these top points, rotate them up. You can get it roughly in place, and then use your mouse wheel to zoom in and line up these boxes with the boxes on the chart. Once you've done that, you can come down here and click the match button. Watch what happens when I do this. Notice we get the color correction applied. I'm just going to turn off this overlay and zoom out, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to turn on split screen mode for versions. On the left here is the first version we did where we manually altered the colors, and on the right here is the version where we use the automatic color matching features of DaVinci Resolve. If I come down here and change this to waveform, this left section corresponds to this image and this right section corresponds to this image, and straight away you can see the left image is brighter. We manually adjusted the colors, but we didn't concern ourselves with exposure here. However, this right hand version where we used the color matching features of DaVinci Resolve, not only has it tried to match the colors, but it's also tried to modify the exposure. You can use the approach that you like the best here, and regardless of which approach you've used, you can go and add more nodes after you've done your color correction to perform your actual color grading work. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more DaVinci Resolve tutorials, and you might want to check out this video next because YouTube thinks you might like it.